Welcome. Today we have some important updates and insights to share with you to help you navigate the ever-changing geopolitical and financial landscape. Now, we'll be covering a wide range of topics from the economic and stock market risks to portfolio changes, wealth management, and then we're going to wrap up with our second opinion service. So I want to dive right in. So let's start with the economic and stock market risks. As we get started today, I really want to start by talking about the current state of the stock market, the S&P 500. Now, in simple terms here, 4,350 really marks a critical trend change point. Now, it's a really important point, and it's a really important note right here that we are at this really influential time, and we're still in what I call negative gamma, which really is essentially meaning that the large institutions that are out there are facing pressure to sell when the markets go up. Now, this situation has created some uncertainty, yes, but as things start changing and we continue to get above and stay above this critical line, we could really start to change fast with respect to upside growth with the stock market. Now, we have really been witnessing some oversold markets as of recent here, and that is something that we need to really be looking on as well, because what that could do is lead to an even greater rebound of the stock market. So again, we're at a crossroads right now, and we can either continue upward or we could potentially see another leg down. Now, this could happen just because of a lot of other risks that are out there, whether it is war or whether it is other aspects related to what the Treasury and the Federal Reserve are having to do to refill and replenish the coffers that were really drained of our federal government, not only earlier this year, but continue to running a deficit even currently right now. Now, this week, like I said, the government is actively printing the money, and we're working to replenish not only the bonds that were borrowed earlier this year from the pension funds, but what we're also doing is having to spend the money to pay for all the different aspects that we have already committed to coming into year end. Now, here's another aspect though. The US dollar has been going up for 12 weeks and now has started to roll over just a little bit. So we're starting to see the dollar fall, and we're starting to see falling bond yields. Now, this could actually signal a higher level in the stock market, and one that could really do well for not only stocks and bonds. Now, here's the other aspect though. Yes, on the global front, we are really closely monitoring the recent attack that Hamas had on Israel. And it really does raise concerns about the possibility of a broader, not only regional conflict, but some other mini conflicts around the world. And what we're starting to see now is that energy prices are spiking because of these geopolitical factors. And it can really have a significant impact on the markets if this really starts to pick up. So yes, we have the ability to rally, but we also have the ability to fall. So that's why we're saying we're at this inflection point right now. And we are praying for a quick resolution to this conflict with no more loss of life. So that is a little bit with respect to the markets and how we're going to be looking at things. But what I really want to do is use this opportunity then to dive into your portfolio and to really take a look at how we're mitigating the risks, but also looking for the opportunities that are out there. So let's dive in and talk about portfolio changes. Our aim is to protect your wealth, especially in the face of the economic uncertainties that are out there that we really just discussed. Now, here are a couple things that we're considering. First of all, I want to reiterate our core focus right now. Now, what we are wanting to do is prioritize safety and liquidity. Now, this means we're allocating the majority of the portfolios to a number of different areas regarding 1 to 3 month treasury bills or bonds, as well as money market accounts. Now these are all short-term investments, and they're here to be stable and easily accessible when you need it. So what this does is provide an increased level of dividends and interest that it pays out to you, and now we can actually keep an eye on some of those other risks that are really out there. Now, like I said before though, that if this is going to be a broader conflict, we're really going to start to see the energy sector start to go up in price even more. So that gives us some good opportunities with energy. And given all of the recent events, investing in energy stocks continues actually to be a strategic move to capitalize on all the opportunities that are out there. Now, I have talked about this in the past as well, that India is actually growing their economy where we're not. So diversifying some of your portfolio into Indian stocks can really offer exposure to a thriving economy and market with long-term growth potentials. So that's exactly what we're monitoring there. And like I said earlier, that the US dollar has really been gyrating here in the last couple of days because we've had a 12-week up move in the dollar. But what now starts to happen is that all of these currency changes have ripple effects on all the different asset classes that are out there. So yes, energy could be working now. Yes, we could be making money with bonds going down in price, but things can start to change. And what we want to do is take a look at not only bond yields, but also the US dollar to look for those changes. And what we're starting to see though is that right now, if the dollar actually does continue higher, because we looked for a basing of it and it can start to move higher, well, that could be a significant place to have money for growth. But then also the flip side is going to happen, and that could negatively impact stocks and bonds more. So you can really start to see that there's a lot of cross currents here, but those treasury bills and the money markets are going to be really nice in order to protect against the possibility of a falling stock market. But here's a major what if. Like I said earlier, what if we are now again at that inflection point? What if we start to continue to move up in price and we start to regain some of the footing that we've lost over the last 2 months? So if that starts happening here, and we'll actually get that information sooner rather than later, we would like to start adding large cap, large company tech stocks to your portfolio. Now there's one reason why here. These tech giants have consistently demonstrated resilience and growth potential. Now, another thing that makes them very attractive right now, with the stock market starting to go up, is the fact that they do really well in this type of an environment where we have a slowing of the economy, but an increasing inflation. So that's another aspect that we could start to be looking into for more growth. Yes, growth matters. And that's why we actually want to talk about wealth management and advanced planning, but not just with growth of your overall wealth, but also your health. You see, your health is just as important as your wealth, and we want to explore the exciting frontier of wealth management when it's focused correctly on the ever-evolving field that is digital therapeutics. Digital therapeutics, or DTX, is a groundbreaking market that is really predicted to reach $18 billion in just a few short years. So what is it now? And how can it benefit you? Now, like I said earlier, your health is just as important as your wealth. And imagine your doctor saying, just download this app and call me in the morning. So this really isn't actually science fiction. It's really a glimpse into the future that is personalized medicine. And healthcare providers are increasingly prescribing digital health applications on your phone and tech enhancing tools. And I have one right here with the Aura Ring. And it really is to help manage various chronic conditions and promote proactive health. So I don't have a chronic condition, but I want to be proactive and measuring my vitals so that I know where and how I can actually continue to keep improving my overall health. And that's one of the areas here. Now there are, again, 3 main categories of this digital therapeutics, and I did mention one, but we'll come back to that here in a second. And there's a couple of others that are really helpful here. So the first one is that digital therapeutics can be designed to treat diseases. Now here is really where it works alongside traditional medicine and really does actually have a place really to help cure diseases like cancer. But it's not the app that does it, but it helps with the treatment process. And it helps the patient conveniently track the vital signs and their biomarkers, which can actually enhance the overall treatment process. So that's one really big area that it's helping in. Now the second area that digital therapeutics is really designed for is to manage chronic conditions. Now really these tech tools are tailored to help individuals manage these conditions like diabetes, obesity, back pain, insomnia, and many other instances here. And there can be some prescriptions that you can be having and prescription software that can really offer cognitive behavioral therapy and improve the behavior and your routines. And what this will do is have a significant impact on your sleep quality. So when we talk about your sleep quality, then that talks about how you're eating, that talks about your gut health, that talks about all the other elements that come into a healthy body. Last aspect, what I just mentioned, is improving your overall health and your wellness. So yes, it's not good enough just to talk about being healthy. The digital therapeutics will actually help you with apps that can really be a general health and wellness coverage. And is really available even today through the app stores. And these apps can actually have you proactively manage your well-being and inform you with different health decisions. Now, like I said, I've been wearing this ring here, which tracks a lot of my vitals for many years now. And the one thing I can actually say is that this can actually predict before I even know about it when I'm sick. Now, think about it that way. When basically the application will tell you, hey, you're not doing so well. I think you should rest. I think you should lay down. You can take that to heart and actually know that's one way that you can be really helping to improve your overall quality of your health. So that's where the digital therapeutics comes in, and it really is designed to improve your health. And what we know, that as you are healthy and as you keep working to transition and transform the overall foods that you're eating, how you're taking care of your body, what that does then is it helps you with longevity. And that's where the wealth planning can come into this as well, because the more we manage the health, the longer the life that you have and the more abundance you have in that life, the more we can look to mimic the wealth to what you want to do in your future. So that is a great opportunity that you have available to you. So check out many of the different applications and even talk to some of your doctors about this as well, because there are some great ways that they can be working with digital therapeutics. And that leads us to our second opinion service. Now, we are committed to ensure that you are taken care of, but we also want to take care of your loved ones and your coworkers and neighbors to make sure they're on the right track with their financial well-being. Now that's why we offer our second opinion service. So if you have friends or families who are seeking guidance on their wealth plans, don't hesitate to let them know that we can be helping them. Now here's what will happen. We'll start with a discovery meeting and really look at where they're standing today and identify if any gaps exist. Now what we're going to do is identify these gaps, and we can really look to set them on the right path, to let them know how to close those gaps. Now after that, what we'll do is provide some strategies and ways that they can be working to improve their overall wealth plan. Now, yes, we can identify many different areas there, but it all comes back down to that discovery meeting. That's what we really want to be talking about and really understanding where they're at today and where they want to go in the future. So, with that, if they have any questions or if you have any questions about our second opinion, don't hesitate to have them reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to talk about this and to discuss how it could be very beneficial to them. Now, yes, we're here to help your friends, your family, co-workers, but we're also here to help you navigate all of what's going on with not only the geopolitical areas, but also with your portfolio. So as you need anything, as you have questions about your own wealth plan, portfolio, or any other questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. We'll be happy to talk. Take care.